Yo, 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 yo. Welcome everyone today to Across the Hobby. I'm your host, Adam Gray. You can reach me at the Real 27 Guy. Today we're going to be looking at the most significant sales of last week and then all the big auctions ending this week, again, across the hobby. This morning, I'm going to start with a story. You might have already noticed. I've got this brace on my hand. I play basketball every Monday morning. I think I've told you guys that before. Play every Monday morning, play at 6 o'clock, just a group of guys in the neighborhood, and we play over at a local church, and it's the best. It's one of my favorite things in the world. This morning, I came down. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4", about 230, and I was the trailer on a play, and I passed it to the guy up ahead, and he hit me back, threw the ball at me like he was not standing very far from me, but threw the ball really fast, and it bounced straight off my thumb. Ball just straight off my thumb, jammed my thumb. I think it's just a jam. My wife gave me this. My wife's a nurse. She gave me this brace, which I'm gonna wear for a couple days, and then if it doesn't get any better, I'm probably gonna have to go into the doctor and get it x-rayed and do all that fun stuff. But man, like, there's nothing better than early morning basketball to start your week. But holy smokes, my thumb has killed since then. So we're hoping that it's not anything serious. If it feels like I'm in a bad mood, that's why. But I don't think I'm in a bad mood. I think I'm doing okay. So I hope you guys are great. Hope you had a great weekend, and I'm excited to take you guys through the auctions this week. Let's start off with maybe 10 minutes on, maybe 5-10 minutes on the most significant sales from last week, or look at some of the things that we were sort of interested in last week. And then we've got a pretty good slate of auctions this week, guys. The big Heritage auction is this week, along with all of our normal weekly stuff. So without further ado, let's jump into it. We're going to start off with some of the significant sales, again, from last week. So you probably have, if you are following me on YouTube, I'm sure you're following me on Instagram. My YouTube presence is really, really small. Instagram is a little bit bigger. So let's talk, like, if you haven't seen on Instagram, though, every week for a lot of auctions, I do a top 10 post. And I walk through, like, here are the 10 items that I think are most interesting to watch, the 10 interesting stories of the week. So this is MC Sports Cards from last week. MC last week, this is my number 10 most interesting card, the Saric Bender dual logo, man. Really two guys that Saric has had a more decent career, but Bender's been largely a disappointment. Card sold for over $1,000. This Sam Cassell. When I did this top 10, you can actually read right here. This Sam Cassell was at $89. I wrote currently at $89. I promise you it will not end there. So this Sam Cassell ended last week for $1,261. So we were right, made an absolutely huge jump. And some people would say, why would you think a Sam Cassell would sell for so much? A lot of times you've got to look at the set. Look at the set, and in this case, look at the grade over the player. It's not that Sam Cassell isn't collected. He's actually a pretty well-known guy from the era. But I just looked at this and knew it was going to sell for a lot more. And again, I actually think that $1,200 is not a bad deal at all. Could walk through a bunch of the rest of these, but those are probably all I really want to show you as far as MC from last week. And then I wanted to show you, there was this one too, the Joel Embiid Nebula. That was pretty high on my list. It might have even been number 1 on my list. I think this is a pretty good deal for Embiid, especially when you compare it to what other nebulas that are on like base Prism cards are selling for. We're seeing a lot of commons well into the 4 figures, and Joel Embiid continues to be that guy from this era who is a great player, and I mean great. He's had a great career, whether you like him or not, but he doesn't sell for that much on the ultra rare stuff compared to some common type players, which tells me he doesn't have big time collectors at the highest end. It's really interesting. You would think that he would, doesn't really. So that is Embiid. And then there were a few more from Fanatics. This card, I feel like whoever won this card got a really fantastic deal. I know that the blue shimmer is not like some parallel that people go gaga for. It's not like a gold or something. It's rarer than a gold, but it doesn't sell like a gold. And I understand that. But I want you to think through this one with me real quick. So Kobe has, just a few years of Prism, a lot less than any of the other real major stars of the era. He was active between 2012 Prism and 2015. And then he has his break, and then he has, I believe, cards from 2018 and 2019 Prism. I don't think he does from 2016 or 2017, and he doesn't from 2020, and then he hasn't since he passed away. So he has 4 active years and then 2 years where he's not active. He has 6 base cards from Prism, I believe. I think that's right. I think it's just 6. This is one of them. This is one of the highest end parallels from that. Do you think that at some point there's going to be big collectors out there just going for Kobe's biggest Prism stuff? I do. I think this was a tremendous deal at $37.20. I had this pegged for being like closer to a 5-figure card, but again, I'm not a price guy. I'm not a lot of people are like, look what it sold for last time, look what it's selling for this time. I don't really do that as much as other people. I almost never do that because I don't want to tie how I feel about a card to what somebody last paid for a card. Just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not the way to think about it. Maybe I should change. That's how I think. This card to me was a great deal. Numbered to less than 10. Never see it hit auction. PSA 10. Pop 1 of 2. $37.20 on one of his, like I said, 6 or 7. I think it's just 6 though. Base Prism cards. 2012, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19. I think he's just got 6. And those first years, there's not a ton of really rare parallels. There's the golds. And then when did black gold start? I don't even think he has any black golds from his playing days. I think he just has the last 2. Yeah, he does. I did some research on that recently. So he's got like 2 black golds. And then he's got 2 years where he's got these other like more random ones. I think, $3,720 is a lot of money, but I think that's a pretty good deal. I also think the Steph that I highlighted, this USA autograph, I think that was a pretty good deal. $5,400. Again, I know it's not cheap. That was another one that I highlighted in my top 10 posts. I think that was a pretty good deal. One that sold for significantly more than I think we've seen in the past that I highlighted, and I did a reel on this, and I put this one in my top 10. He only has a few playing days autograph patch cards, MJ does. And so seeing it go for $17,400, this is a really significant sale. I think it moved a couple of months ago for like 12 grand. So, again, I'm not a guy who likes to look at the movement, but in this case, whenever I make a reel about something, I always go, what do I think this is going to sell for? How is this going to move? This was a little bit more than I thought it was going to be, but again, I get it. I see a card like this, and I think if I got one of those in my collection at this point, I just wouldn't let it go because he only has 3 playing days patch autos, and the other 2 are dual. 2 of the other ones are duels. He's got 2 duels that are out of 5, and then he's got his 3 Logo Mania cards, and then he's got this one, and that's it. So if you want a standalone Jordan patch auto from his playing days, you're looking at the one card that exists out there. So again, I think $17,000 on that. To me, it makes sense. But honestly, so would 25 and so would 30. Like I love the card. Okay, and so that is going to be it for the cards that ended last week that I wanted to show you guys how they did. Now let's transition to looking at the biggest cards that are ending this week across the hobby. As always, we're going to start with MC Sports cards. Why do we start with MC Sports cards? Well, because if you're only going to watch a few minutes of this today, like MC ends tonight. So what I've done is I've sorted by ending soonest at MC. You can see the next card that ends at MC is in less than 7 hours from now. It's $660. It's this Keon Coleman 2024 Prism Manga Horizontal. I don't know a lot about that, but it is a very cool looking card. I don't know what this guy is out here, but it's one of this more modern era's artsy type looking cards, along with the kabooms and the downtowns. So many of those things have worked really well, and so I guess the manga, which we've heard of before, obviously, that's what they're doing here, sort of making more of a cartoon card. I'm also not as much of a modern football guy. But it is a PSA 10. So next we have a Jeter SP Rookie Auto. Cards graded 7, autographs graded 10. The autograph does look great with the inscription. And another really big Jeter, the Pinnacle Select Certified Mirror Red. Let's take a look at this one. As always, we're going to look at 4 or 5 items in the MC more closely, and we'll highlight each of them as we go along. I want to look at that one. I want to look at this Caitlin Clark. So we'll talk about those in a minute. The Honest Jersey Auto. I always highlight this one because this is one high-end card with like a patch. This is not a patch. It's a jersey. But a jersey autograph. It's his one where he has a longer form autograph. Not long after this, Giannis changed his autograph to be a lot shorter. So for me, when I look at Giannis's rookie cards, I personally really like these ones that have a longer form autograph because they're a lot rarer. The hobby has not gone that way. They've gone to the shorter autographs and instead have preferred to focus on the brand of the card. It often happens that way. I wonder if it will always be that way, but where the National Treasures has a piece of uniform that is a patch, also not game worn, just like this one's not game worn, and it has a very shortened autograph. About the first 40% of this autograph is all Giannis's signature is. That one sells for significantly more, like way more. Again, for a jersey that's a nicer piece, but still not game worn, and an autograph that's 40%. But most of all, a brand that people like more. I don't get it. I never will. All right. Downtown, Michael Penix Jr., really nice LeBron early autograph from 2007. One of the first shiny cards of the Panini era. 2012 gave us Prism. 2012 gave us Select. 2012 gave us Crusade. This is the Crusade. It's the Crusade Gold. PSA 10. It's sorry, the green and gold. Excuse me. I was like, the green and gold, serial numbered out of 25. PSA 10, it's going to be a lower population. Those are all of the original chromium shiny cards from 2012. But what's interesting to me is it's LeBron in a Heat uniform. Just does not have a lot of big cards in a Heat uniform. Just to remind you guys, LeBron goes to the Heat in 2010? It's 2010. 2011, they don't really make a lot of basketball cards. That's the year because of the lockout that they decided to not produce a lot. They really geared up for 2012, which is one of the smartest things they ever did. And then you've got LeBron Heat cards from 2012 and 2013. That's it. Those are all the LeBron Heat cards. He gets to 2014 and he goes back to the Cavs. So he just doesn't have very many from this early era of Panini. This is one of them. Although Crusade's not viewed as like Prism, people don't know it as well. He just doesn't have a lot of them. So you wonder if people will look back like I do and say, wow, his Heat era was his best era. And if they do, are they going to realize, wow, there's not very much stuff? I don't know. That's what I do. All right. Big Shohei right here, PSA 10. Bowman's Best Masterpieces refractor out of 99. Great looking autograph on that. PSA 9, Hendon Hooker Gold rookie for the Lions. Oh, really strong Willie Mays here. PSA 2 on the 1953. People love their vintage. We just aren't seeing as much of it. Look at this auction. That's the first massive vintage card that we've seen. Myles Garrett Gold Prism rookie. That's the 1 of 10, one of his best cards in existence. His first gold Prism ever made, ever stamped at least, is the 1 of 10. Silver Giannis, PSA 10, $860. Anthony Edwards, 2021 Clutch Factor. Great looking autograph on this one and patch. Obviously, Edwards right now in the middle of a real heated series against the Warriors. Boy, the Warriors need Steph back, and I'm not sure they're going to get him. Edwards may find himself in the conference finals for the second straight year. See if they can break through this year. I'm rooting for him. Another big Timberwolves card. One of the big Kevin Garnett Topps Chrome Gold refractors. So we're going to talk about this one here in a second too. So that'll be our third one that we talk about. Let's see if anything else really jumps out here. Drake May, 1 of 14, rookie choice. Interesting that it's out of 14. Why is it out of 14? Not exactly sure on that. Prism usually doesn't have these sort of like out of 14 is a number I haven't heard on any basketball cards ever, but I guess in other sports they have some of those things. Luka Flawless Collegiate autograph. The cracked ice, blue ice on the Tatum. Great looking card. Şengün recently eliminated from the playoffs. I've said this a million times. I'll say it a million more. If you really believe in a young player, sometimes the very best time to buy their stuff is right after they're eliminated from the playoffs. If you believe in him as like a longer term, couple of years guy, you wait for him to get knocked out and then buying season comes, because those people who were looking for short-term stuff, they've sort of said, oh, he's not going to win now. A lot of times these things decrease 20%, 30%, pick them up then. This is his out of 25 National Treasures RPA. I love both of these Jordans right here. It's funny that they're right next to each other. Ooh, and they're both PSA 1s. I love this. We're actually going to look at both of those too. And then I don't know if we have too much more. That's our normal quota. I'll scroll through here and see what else we've got. 06 the Cup, Ovechkin, limited logos. Obviously a great card, beloved. Kobe, this is the purple and gold, 25 out of 49. This one's a PSA 10. Compared that to the LeBron that we just saw, this Kobe's actually significantly higher, even though it's a higher numbered card. Those early chromium cards, they move, they do really well, but this one being a PSA 10, you wonder what the population is on that. In fact, I'm going to check that one too. We'll go look at that one. Top stars from 1996. One of the sets that's probably known the least about, but feels like it should be known about more. In 1996, Topps made this Top Stars program that had 150 cards in the set. Of the 150 cards, it's 3 of each of the NBA's greatest 50. So Michael Jordan has 3 cards in the set. This one's number 24, so it's his first card. And there's an atomic refractor. There's a regular refractor. This is the regular refractor, but it's a PSA 10. Check the pop. There's not a lot of those guys. They're hard cards to find. Angel Reese, the Cherry Blossom out of 20. Great looking card. Great looking image. Ooh, really interesting. Ben Wallace here. I actually sent this to a friend. So one of Ben Wallace's superfractors, the Bowman Chrome. Bowman Chrome typically doesn't suffer as much as the Chrome does, Topps Chrome does, but still, this is a big, big Ben Wallace card. He's with the Cavs. It's not as interesting, I think, to most collectors as if he was with the Pistons, but Ben Wallace has always had a really good following ever since he really broke onto the scene. I actually have a fun story about Ben Wallace cards. When I was, I went through a giant collection in probably, 2000, 2001. It's before my mission. I went on my mission in 2002. So it was 2001 or 2002, somewhere in there. But I went through this giant collection of like mostly common cards. And I mean like thousands and thousands of cards from 1996. I found 50 Ben Wallace cards, all rookies. We're talking Z-Force, low-end hoops, those types of cards. I took 50 of them and I put them on eBay all together, and they sold for like $100. It was like at the peak of Ben Wallace craziness. I worked at the card shop at the time, and people were blown away that I just got $100 for Ben Wallace cards, and I felt like a genius. Well, it turns out I missed the real hit, just barely. The guy who bought my cards listed 2 of the Ben Wallace cards, 2 of them that week, in a little lot, and sold them for $60. And then he emailed me back, like DM'd me back or whatever on eBay. And he said, hey, do you have any more of these Ben Wallace rookies? And I just shook my head because I was looking at his items he had just listed. And I thought, man, like this guy's going to make so much. He made so much. He made hundreds of dollars off of my little stupid Ben Wallace base card lot. But the great thing about a guy like Wallace is, although he didn't have like high-end rookie cards, right? He doesn't have like a chrome refractor rookie. How cool would that be if he did? He could have, but he was not in the set. And he does have a few cards from his rookie year that are okay. But like as the years went by, he was part of some great sets. And he's a Hall of Famer, superfractor here. How many total superfractors does Ben Wallace have? Do you want to find out? Should we go look real quick? Let's look real quick. See if this might be interesting. My thumb is creating problems for me to look at stuff though. Okay, let's do this. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not logged in. I can get logged in real quick though. I think I can. If I can't, forgive me, but I think I can. So what I'm going to do real quick, let me explain what I'm doing as I do it. I'm going to Beckett right now because Beckett provides a way. It's really easy to go figure out how many of a given card there are. And so what I'm doing is I'm logging in on my other screen to Beckett to see if we can sort of solve how many Ben Wallace superfractors there are. And then we'll go look at everything else that's in these other cards, and we'll wind down on MC real quick. So if you come into here to their search tool and you just type in Ben Wallace superfractor. Now this might miss a couple cards, but it won't miss many. We get a really good idea here of how many Ben Wallace superfractors there are. So it says there's 30, but see how many of them are from more recent sets? They're just not viewed the same. So if you go back, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are from recent sets. That gives us 22 total Wallaces. And if we look at serial numbered right here, let's see if they're all 1-of-1s. Because there's some sets that aren't. So there's 22 Ben Wallace superfractors. And if we wanted to be entirely sure that we're capturing all of them, we would go and we would type in super instead of superfractor. But I think the point is made. There just aren't many of them. In fact, where's the Bowman Chrome one that we were just looking at? I think it was 08. There it is right there. Bowman Chrome superfractor. There's just very few Ben Wallace superfractors. And given the era that he played in, his superfractors are some of his most sought after cards. So that's why a Ben Wallace 1-of-1 is selling for so much. I hear people say this thing all the time. It really bothers me. They'll say, they're going to make so many 1-of-1s. Why would you buy a 1-of-1 of that guy? It's not about the card being a 1-of-1. It's about being a 1-of-1 from the right set at the right time. Now, I've already acknowledged the Bowman Chrome is not as sought after as the Topps Chrome. It's not. So it's not the best, but there's only a few cards like it from the whole era. You know, how many Ben Wallace cards would you rather have than that one? He doesn't have a PMG green. He doesn't have a lot of those cards from 97 because nobody thought he was going to be anything in 97. He has some rookie cards in 96, and then they didn't make him for most of the sets in 97. Go look at it. He's not in most of them, right? He doesn't have any credentials card. Doesn't have that stuff because he was an undrafted guy. You get into later series where he then ended up being like a couple years down the road, like, oh, maybe this guy will be something. And he's in some of those parallel sets for sure. But they aren't as sought after as that like 97 year that had some of the really key stuff in it. So I love this card. Okay. I need to keep moving. Let's see if there's anything else here that I really want to focus on. Wow. Jason Williams. And I need to remember as I do this, I've got to find my 5 favorite auctions of the week. This one might be one of them. Pop 12, the iconic Chrome Rookie Refractor. I'll highlight that one. Well, dang, we've seen a couple of these sell for not as much recently. We saw a PSA 10 Iguodala from 2012 Gold sell for like $2,000, $2,500 recently, and then the guy immediately relisted it, meaning it didn't get paid for, meaning either he was shilling it or somebody just didn't pay for it. I don't know which, but don't be shocked if this only sells for around where it's at right now, $1,000, $1,500, something like that. Some of those commons from 2012 Gold that were just like, we thought they were going to, do really big things, and maybe they will. This is a long-term thing. Some of them are sitting a little bit lower. Kind of has me interested. That's a card that'll definitely go in my top 10 today. It's the set, right? 2012 Prism's the set, and there's only one real crazy parallel, and it's the gold. Speaking of gold, here's the black gold. Luka Doncic 2021. I like the design here. I like the up and down design because it stands out immediately to me. For whatever reason, it does that in my eyes. The Wade gold refractor, PSA 10 on that. I believe that has like a little bit of a die cut edge on that card too. PSA 8 on the XRC X Fractor, numbered out of 25 for KD. Ooh, what's that? Crosby PSA 10, Young Guns, always a big deal card every time. Interesting to look at the population on that, actually. Cason Wallace, boy, what a steal for the Thunder. Late lottery pick last year, really just a get in your face defender, hits open threes. Really wish the Jazz would have ended up with that guy, but they did not. Amen Thompson, NTRPA, numbered out of 49. That's the bronze. A really cool duel here. They were teammates, I believe, just for one season, Kobe and Gary Payton, the infamous 2003-4 team that was supposed to win it all. And then Karl Malone gets hurt going into the finals. Suddenly they're playing whatever his name was. Was it Radmanovich or Medvedenko? One of those guys that I don't really remember, and just got beat down by the Pistons. You're wondering what they could have done had Mailman stayed healthy. Jalen Brunson, PSA 10, blue ice at a 99. Boy, this is a card where it's like, what are they going to do in the playoffs? Do they go win the championship? Do they lose here in this round? I'm not sure. What I am sure of is, holy smokes, 50 out of 49, that's 55-50. Big time Giannis prism. Got to be getting close to the end here. 25-50, a little bit faded, maybe more than a little bit. Take a real close look. I always say the 2004 and 2005 exquisite enshrinements are some of the nicest looking autographs ever made. That LeBron is the same. A Rod Strickland, one of the best Rod Stricklands in the world, PSA 8 on the PMG Championship. $9,900 currently on a PSA 8 Jordan rookie. Man, just some huge cards ending here. Ovechkin. Ooh, Ovechkin. This is his emblems of endorsement. Big card. $36.50. If you're a hockey fan, boy, that's a huge card. And that brings us to the end of MC. Let's just dive into a few of these and talk about the details real fast. So in 1996 in 1996, Select Certified gave us some really rare parallels. They were before their time. It wasn't until the next year that we started seeing a lot of stuff that was serial numbered, but these were very very limited, and people knew what they were limited to. This was limited to 90. It is massively affected by the fact that it does not have a serial number on it. Go look at the pop reports. Like, there are not very many of this card. This is a rare card. It's interesting that a serial number can be worth so much because it's limited to the same amount. People love seeing that serial number. The Caitlin Clark, I wanted to highlight this one. This is her orange out of 99. So remember that Caitlin Clark has 2 cards in the 2024 Prism base set. This is the second one. If I remember right, there's like 150 cards in the set. Maybe it's 145 cards in the set, and this is the last one. They both have the rookie symbol. They look super similar, okay? They're very similar looking cards. Oh, great. I've got the hiccups. That'll be nice. This one's way nicer looking. It's a great image of her. The other one does not have as high of a quality image. With that said, the other one comes first in the base set. And so people look at them and they're like, well, which one's better? And people just have this total herd mentality in our hobby completely. I don't know in the long term how people will collect. I don't know whether people will say, hey, I really care about the aesthetics of the card. They came out in the same set. I want this one. Or if people will say, no, you need the first card. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. That's all that matters. And that's what people have done. And in that case, this becomes like a second card for her in her first set. Now, it's a second card with that rookie shield. And I do think that really matters a lot. I think it matters a lot. But it's way better looking than the regular card. The orange out of 99, it's a big deal. Big deal, Caitlin Clark card. And as we get further away from the set, what's going to happen, I can tell you this right now, because it's happened with every set ever made. As you get further away from it, like after it's come out in a year away, 2 years away, 3 years away, finally people look back and they go, oh, they don't sell as often as they used to. These first several months of the product, what's the product been out for now? 3 months. We've seen a lot of the cards move. And a card to 99, we're probably still seeing once a week, if not more. It won't always be like that. Great looking piece. All right. The KG. Okay, I had to highlight this one. Why? Okay. So Kevin Garnett is one of those interesting guys who was around for the entire Topps Chrome run. He's there in 1996 when Topps Chrome begins. He's there in 2009 when Topps Chrome ends. In fact, he is there for the first 3 years. I think he's active for the first 3 years of Prism. So the question that I would ask is, what is Kevin Garnett's best Chrome card or best Chrome Gold Refractor? because I say chrome card, obviously he has cards that are better than this because he has superfractors for all the main superfractor years. But as far as chrome golds, which is the best one, the 2003 is out of, I think, 99 for stars. Pretty sure on that. Then you got 2004, 2005, 2006. 2006 is numbered to 25. That's this card. This is his rarest gold refractor. They don't make a gold refractor for some crazy reason in 2007. And then 2008, we get a card that's numbered to 50. In 2009, we get a card that's numbered to 50. So his gold refractors range from 25 all the way up to, I think, 100 or 99, one of those two, from Topps Chrome across those 7 years. But remember, they are missing 1 year. So across the 6 years of gold refractors, those are your your numbers that you're looking at. So from that perspective, to me, this is a really key, important card for Kevin Garnett. Are there people who are putting together gold refractor runs, gold prism runs, those types of things? Yes, they're very, very popular. And for Garnett, this is a really key card because it's the only thing this thing card has going against it is, probably already know if you've been looking at it, it is off-centered side to side. Right? This side is dead. There's no looking past it. This side is significantly larger than this side. It's probably 65-35, right? That's notable. It's not going to get a 10. Can still get a 9. Do you care? Does it matter to you? Doesn't really matter to me. If I'm putting together a run like this, I'm not as condition sensitive as most people are. I just don't care. It is one of the Garnett cards of the era for sure. In fact, from like 06, 07, if you would say, hey, Adam, which Kevin Garnett card do you want most from 06 or 07? I would think about some of the exquisite stuff and the exquisite parallels, but like this and the superfractor from this year are the cards that I would be most interested in. All right, these Jordans. I want to look at why they're PSA ones and talk about them for just a second. So super interesting. Both ones. Gosh, that is a great looking one. Holy smokes. I think it's a 1 because it's off cut or it's miscut. I don't think this one's a 1 because of, look at this card, guys. And there's a little bit of white right here. This is obviously out of place, obviously an eyesore. The back is miscut clearly. Card, the number goes off of it. Not sure you're going to find a lot of 1s from 1984 nicer than that one. Sitting at $1,000. And then so that's the card number 195. Then the final card of the 1984 set, the number 288, also in a 1. Significantly more issues around the edges. Some over here, some in the top corners here. If you were to show this to a normal person, looks like there's a crease too. See that? Crease on the back. I didn't see it on the front. Did you? See it on the front? I don't see it. Not that you can't see it when you get it in person, and maybe I'm missing it, but I wouldn't have seen it if we wouldn't have zoomed in real good on that crease right there. It's probably why that one's at $700 and this one's at $1,000. But I wanted to highlight these because these are the two other Jordans from the 84 star set. It's both of these in the 101, and that is it for the base set. There's another card called, Court Kings. It's like a big 5x7 card. I personally don't like that one just because it's not part of the base set. It's jumbo. I shouldn't say I don't like it. I never should say that. I don't collect larger cards like that. These two cards, though, I love both of these. If you need a copy of both of these cards, I'm not sure you're going to find it much cheaper than this. PSA ones, and especially this one on the gold medal card. Why is it a 1? Why is it a 1? Because of is this like a little indent right here? Because it's miscut. They could have put a qualifier on this. Would this be a qualifier miscut 7? Like, it just is really nice looking besides that little white right there. And I don't think there's anything else weird going on. These cards were all massively off-centered, even more than the 101. Even more than the 101. Both of the other Jordans are always off-centered. Always. Every time. So, yeah. Huge pieces. Okay. That's those Jordans. This Jay Williams is probably going to be a top 5 card of the week for me. Yeah, this set is notorious for being massively off-centered. We're going to look at the pop report for it. We're going to look at the pop report for get out of here. We're going to look at the pop report for it and for this Kobe right here. Because this Kobe at 1603 being numbered out of 25. It's kind of surprising to me, honestly. It's like it's out of 49. That's a lot of money for a card out of 49. Again, first year of like shiny cards for the Panini era. It's a great looking card. I get it. Just found it. It is a PSA Pop 13. PSA estimate on this card is $373. It's a lot higher. Some people are going to see that and say, it's shilled. It's shilled. People are sometimes right there. They shield. I've had a lot of cards that I've listed. Some of them that I have listed with MC Sports cards where I thought, oh, that's not going to get paid for. Things get paid for a lot more than you'd think, guys. Sometimes things you think aren't real are. This one's still in the realm of sort of reasonable, although it is significantly higher than I would have thought that it would have gone for. All right. Jason Williams, we're including that in our top 5 this week for sure. Okay, let's go to hoodies. Hoodies, we're going to look at we're going to look at all the cards under or over $500. Really nice centered MJ 86 flair at $7,500. A huge card right here. Huge Caitlin Clark card. This is a white sparkle. Invite you to look at the pop report on white sparkles. They're not numbered. They are rare. They're some of the best looking parallels. They've been out since 2015 on Prism. I really like them. Acuna Black Refractor out of Heritage. Cool looking. Could look to see what it's numbered to. I'm not going to do that. Let's see. The Ichiro Topps Chrome Refractor. It's always nice to see those. If you weren't around for the Ichiro Pujols craze in 2001, just know it was huge. It was crazy. BGS 3 on the Ted Williams, really old label. I gotta look and see how old that cert number is. Great looking Bart Starr in a 5.5. Great looking Kobe. I love this card in a 9. Not a super high population, but it's just one of the best looking cards. It's amazing if you look at that card and then you look at a Chrome, just compare them side to side and say, which one's a nicer card? Show them to anybody you like. This is the nicer card. It always has been, too. Giannis, game used, immaculate. It looks like acetate patch auto. And now we're to the under $500 stuff, which still has a lot of great cards to look at in it. Okay, let's look at this 49 leaf. 49 leaf. Ted Williams, 3. 116415. Does it say BVG? It does say BVG. Okay, I gotta look this up real quick. I bet that this might be so old that we can't verify the cert number, but I just want to try it. I want to try it because some of these were created so long ago. 116415 BVG. This card, no record found. I think this is one of those guys where you're not going to find. And I clicked to BVG. 116415. Weird. So I clicked to BVG, but this time it defaulted to BGS. And it's a card that is not the card we're looking for. I'll try this one more time. I'm on BVG. I did that before, though. 116415. I just love cards like this that are so graded so long ago. Yeah, Beckett's just makes me so mad. So on this pop report, I'll just show you guys this real quick. On this pop report, if you come right here and you type in this number, there's 3 different things that Beckett has down here to choose from. I've chosen BVG each time. Each time when I enter in this number, it takes me to a BGS graded card, 116415, which is obviously not the same thing. So we can't really find out the date that this card was graded. It was graded forever ago. These slabs haven't been used in, I don't know, like 20 years, like a long, long time. This card was graded forever ago. And I just love stuff like that. Think about who Hoodies is. Hoodies is a shop. It's a brick and mortar shop. People bring stuff into them. And we've had a couple of other cards through the years that we've looked at with Hoodies where it's like, and I've been able to talk to their guys over there, where they are brought cards from people's collections. They've been in their collections for years, and now they're selling them, turning them into something else, or paying for their kid's graduation party or whatever the thing is, right? Like, we got to buy our kid a car. We need to go sell a bunch of cards. That sort of thing happens sometimes. This card, this Ted Williams card, which I know is not perfect. It's a 3. It's only at $748. But but this card has probably been in this holder for 25 years. And unfortunately, and Beckett has this issue. PSA has some of these issues too. We cannot figure out anything about when it was graded. Like anything. So we're gonna get rid of that Ted Williams. Definitely a cool piece. We've looked at the rest of Hoodie stuff that we want to, and we will keep moving through the stuff that we have this week to look at. So alt, so as we look at alt, I want to show you guys kind of something interesting here. I thought about like what the best way would be to do this. Almost always with alt, if you log in, you're going to see 2 dates that you can select on the filter here. You can select the filter for this week's auctions, which is what we almost always do. And then that excludes the items ending the next Thursday. I normally would do that. I am going to do that this time. I don't want to see the stuff that's ending then. What we have this time we've never seen before is that alt has sort of said, hey, we've got 2 major items that are at auction. Let's go ahead and let's put those up for 20 days. So they put these up for almost 3 weeks. And if we highlight by that first, and you can see these don't end for 2.5 weeks now, but there are 2 major auctions ending at alt. Huge pieces. The LeBron RPA. This is a card that if you subscribe to BCF, you're going to recognize. In fact, let's see. Let me get this. This is the one that my kid graffitied on randomly when my kid made it into my office with a marker about 1.5 years ago. She got in here with a marker. Check that out. She wrote all over my issue of BCF. This is my last one too of LeBron. So this was the one where I interviewed Karn Rai, the Big 3 hockey on Instagram, and this was Karn's card. We'll go ahead and take a good close look at that patch. Right, this was Karn's copy of this card. So that's public knowledge. I'm not telling anybody anything that's not public knowledge at this point. I don't know what happened there, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. It still shows that it's recording. Hopefully everything's good. I'm sure I lost some of you guys in that process. Hopefully it just cut out for a second. But I just totally lost you guys there for a second. That was weird. I've never had that happen before. So let's just keep going here. So I'm going to reshare this. So what I was saying about this card before I got cut off, it was weird. I know, like I said, I know used to be owned by Karn. But I don't know, if he sold it to somebody else who's then listing it. What I do know is that a 9 on this card with that patch and that autograph puts this in like pretty elite territory. It is almost at $400,000 pre-BP already. It has all of that time to go. It is the iconic RPA ever made, numbered out of 99. It is a great copy. And so it's great to see it up, and great to see the alt got it as for an auction. I'm glad we get to cover it here in a couple of weeks. But there's this, and then there's also the Caitlin Clark that's ending. The Caitlin Clark, you're going to hear a lot about this card. You're going to hear a lot about this card. The thing that I would tell you guys about this is that it's numbered 1 of 1 on the back here, obviously, is the gold vinyl. Gold vinyl in different sports, sometimes the 1 of 1 is, or sometimes the gold vinyl is a 1 of 1, sometimes it's not. But as I was talking to my friends about the WNBA Prism release before Caitlin Clark came out, a couple of them told me, hey, just so you remember, it's not the black prism that people focus on in WNBA. It's the gold vinyl. And so, it's interesting because this, in a lot of ways, this is the parallel for the WNBA, where for basketball, it's always been the black. So, how does that influence this card? We already talked about the fact today on this very episode that this is the second card from this set. So it's not the main one. It's by far the best looking card. I'm going to tell you what, if this was my card, I would say this. I would say this is the better looking version of one of the two base cards. You can choose whichever base card you want of Caitlin Clark. This is the better looking one. And for WNBA, if you know the heritage, it's always been about the gold vinyl. There's some years where I don't even know if they made a black. Maybe they never made a black. And in that case, you're sort of saying, like, is this like the best Caitlin Clark card in the world? Some people are going to say, no. It just can't be. It's not her first one. It's not the best one. Okay, fine. So then is it the second best Caitlin Clark card in the world? That's where the conversation is. Is it the best or is it the second best? That's the question. So I'm excited to see how it does. But we're not going to include that in this week's options of favorite cards because, again, it doesn't end this week. What we are going to look at, I'm going to uncheck this and I'm going to recheck this area here for alt. Okay, May 2nd to May 15th. Okay, and we have some huge pieces ending this week. You've got two of the best first off the line cards ever made. Something that I've talked about many times. We're going to highlight both of those. And we're going to highlight this Jokic too. Huge Kobe, one subgrade away from a BGS 10, the Jambalaya. 9-8 on the Brady contenders. The Drake May Gold. Donovan True Gem Plus on his Gold Prism. Interesting timing here. Down 3-1. Can they come back? The easily number one seed in all the Eastern Conference. Really an interesting card to watch. Gosh, he's had an amazing series. He's had injury problems with his other teammates again. It just feels like every time Donovan has a chance to do something, his teammates will get hurt. Ooh, a huge Kobe, BGS 7.5 on the credentials here. We'll talk about that one here in a second. And the 97, the green John Elway, PSA Authentic out of 15. 9.5 on the EX. Really low pop on that. Really low pop. Already at almost $5,000 for a basic rookie card right there. Flawless RPA on the Luka. Game used, one of his very few game used RPAs. Numbered out of 64 credentials. Kobe, the 2006 Jambalaya LeBron card you do not see for an auction very often. Cristiano Ronaldo, Eminence 2022. Huge autograph patch out of 5. A lot of good stuff this week. Another one of these LeBrons. This is the LeBron exclusives autograph patch out of 2007. Exquisite. Some big baseball stuff. A black Anthony Edwards. A Steph patch auto out of Flawless. White Sparkle, Anthony Edwards. Gosh, that's a big card. That's a big card to be this far down in the auction. Currently at $2,000, PSA 9. The Mahomes, I love these cards. The encased with the inscriptions. What does he say there? We're going to look at that closer. We'll look at that one a little bit closer. Jokic 2020 silhouette out of 10. Great patch on that card. Giant Steph Curry Classics autograph rookies. One that often gets forgotten, but you look at that great big autograph and you sort of wonder, should it be in the class of like higher, better cards? The black LeBron, I do want to talk about that one. Ooh, huge Brock Purdy. The gold vinyl autograph out of 5. PSA 7/10 auto. MJ second refractor card. No peel left on the card. True Gem. They say True Gem Plus. That must have been graded a long time ago. We're going to look at that one too. And, Dirk, PSA 7 on the Ultra Platinum. That's a big card. Sean Springs, 98 Metal Universe, PMG Champ. Shaq Legacy from the third year of Legacies. That's the 98. Kobe, 2010 National Treasures autograph. That's the second year of National Treasures. I love it when these mosses pop up. They do not pop up very often. This autograph's, we're going to take a closer look at that autograph for you guys. Drake May Black, first off the line. It's lower than I'd think. I see these, like, some of these Drake Mays are crazy prices, crazy high, and then some of them are like crazy low to me. I don't really get it. I get that we have a couple of days left on this, but okay. So I've clicked on 7 or 8 alt cards that I want to look at. I made this point. I will continue to make this point. I realized that the National Treasures first off the line with the holofoil is not the 1 out of 99. Right? It's not the base rookie card out of 99. And a lot of people want the base rookie card, and I hear that and I get that. Sorry about that. I get that. It is so much nicer looking than the base card. It's not like a little bit nicer looking. It is way better. So the first off the line has a normal cardboard, normal paper. It's gloss. It's not acetate. It's not an acetate card. The only thing it has that makes it different than the out of 99 is all of the foil, like the foil around the window, the foil in the name, and then the name down here. It's all holofoil. Whereas the regular out of 99, it's all regular flat foil. And flat foil is great. It's good. I'm not saying anything bad about it. It is so much nicer, the holofoil. In hand, the card is like just way better. But we're seeing consistently that the first off the line, even though it's 5 times as rare and way better looking, sells for way less. I would rather have this card straight up than the card out of 99. I'm just being real. It's just so much nicer. But the market doesn't always value that way. I'm guessing if you get it in hand, you're going to say the same thing as me. You're going to say, well, that's way better looking than the out of 99. If that's not the truth, then tell me. But I think it is. Same thing here on this Luka. And the story here obviously is going to be, well, wait a second. We got a BGS 9 Luka with a 10 auto, I'm sure, right? The 10 auto. BGS, though, against a PSA SGA. Both of them with the Luka patches a lot nicer, but the Luka's patches generally are nicer than the SGA. Which card will sell for more? Luka, been way more popular. SGA probably just won an MVP. Probably. Might even find out by the time that this card sells that he won the MVP. Boy, who's going to win the lottery tonight, guys? Can we do like some sort of like rain dance that my Jazz win the lottery tonight, please? We've never had one of our picks that we earned through being bad move up in the lottery. Never. Not one time. Ever. It's never happened. We've moved down. We've never moved up. And this is the only time. So the only times that we've been bad, like legit bad, we're really bad the Darren Williams year. We earned the 6 overall pick. Then we traded up for the number 3. We earned the Dante Exum pick, which was number 5. And that's it for like really high end picks. We've had a couple of number 9 overall picks the last few years, 9 and 10s. That's it. We've never been in this spot before to get a really big time, to be likely to get a really big time pick. There's a 48% chance that we will land number 5, and I just feel like we're probably going to land number 5. That's just how it feels like it happens. With that said, 14% chance at number 1 to get Cooper Flag here would be amazing. So that's what we're hoping for tonight as Jazz fans. So if you want to do some sort of voodoo thing that tries to get the Jazz that, I would really appreciate that. All right. I want to look at this Nikola Jokic. I want to talk about why this card is worth so much money. You're like, well, it's only an autograph. Like, why is it worth so much? And you guys, if you've listened to me enough, then you know that he doesn't have an NT RPA. He doesn't have a patch version of this card. He has other patch autographs. He does not have some huge number of rare rookie cards, though. He doesn't. When it comes to rare Jokic rookies, his rarest rookie is this card, right? I think I have it out, or did I put it away? No, I do have it out here. Here's his rarest rookie. It's right there. That's his Gala rookie. It's numbered to 8. People don't know Gala or care about Gala, right? They care about NT. They care about the big brand. NT is the big brand. And Jokic's rookie is numbered out of 99, and it looks just like this. Except, again, it's numbered out of 99. This is the out of 5. Right? This is the out of 5. This is like, other than the 1-of-1 version of this card, this is like the Jokic rookie card. Right? From the base set. Now, NT does have a Jokic logo, man. But I don't think it's a parallel. Gosh, we got to do this research real quick. I got to check this. I'm going to do it with you guys here. So you know that Jokic has a 2015. You know that he has a 2015 Logo Man. I think you probably know that, right? He's a 2015 Logo Man in National Treasures. I can only do this if it works. Okay. So Jokic. Come on. It's not hard enough that my thumb is not working. I need Jokic 2015 National. We're just going to search that. Let's see what we get when we search that. We get 18 returns. So card number 152, Jokic out of 99. The next parallel is the Emerald to 5. I'm sorry, I said the next. It's because it's going in alphabetical order. So this one's to 99, the Emerald's to 5. There is a Gold to 10. I don't know if that has holofoil. That would make a difference to how I feel about it. I think that might be all of card number 152 in the set. We're going to do a quick find for number 152. So I'm wrong. There's the Emerald, the Base, the Gold, the Platinum, and the Silver to 25. So there's 5 different variations of this card. The number 1 is obviously just massive, massive, massive. Being numbered, numbered 1 out of 1. That's going to be one of the best Jokic cards in the world. There is also this National Treasures Logo Man numbered out of 1. So this is just me being really real as we study this card. The card that's going to be the most sought after of all of these, even though it's not the parallel, I think is the Logo Man. I think that's probably his best card out of 2015 National Treasures. His second best card, well, there's other one of ones here. Let's make sure I get this. He has a Super Swatches. That's just a cool patch. That's a one of one. I've never seen that of him before. He has a Super Prime Jumbo, another massive patch. So just sort of like that other one. Then he has the parallel of the rookie. That's the one of one. I think that's pretty clearly his second best card. Some people would even take that probably over the Logo Man. I'd take the Logo Man. Even though it's not a parallel, it is from his rookie year and it has a rookie shield on it. I say that's his best card out of National Treasures. And then his autograph, one of one. But I do see the case. I do see the case because it's the parallel. I could see somebody saying, no, Adam, you're wrong. You'd rather have this than the Logo Man. Okay, that's fine. I could see you saying I would probably take the Logo Man. But I could go either way on it. His third best card is either one of those random one of one patches that we talked about down here. There's 2 of them. Or it's this green out of 5. And that green out of 5 is this card that's up right now. And I'm not going to tell you which of those 2 is definitely better. But a lot of people don't even know that those other cards exist. This is like the iconic Jokic. This is the iconic brand rookie of Jokic, numbered to 5. This is probably the third best card out of the 2, out of National Treasures, other than the 2 one of ones. PSA 9 with 9 autograph, nothing to sneeze at. Jokic always signs that big long swoosh across his name. Almost always, you're just never going to get a PSA 10. It's usually going to be a 9. 9 on the cards, great. 9 on the autographs, fine. Cards out of 5. It's numbered 1 out of 5. I would say this is his third best card ever made out of National Treasures, and that's a huge deal. Okay, so that is Jokic. That's that Jokic. That is probably going to be a top 5 card of the week for me as well. I love Chiefs Kingdom right here. I love that. I love inscriptions. I love inscriptions from rookie years. I think it's really cool. Really a cool Mahomes. And this LeBron, I wanted to highlight this LeBron card because I think one thing that you lose on these, unless you've seen them in hand, these black cards were thick, really thick cards. So this one being a BGS 7, I think that's a great. I think that's just a fine grade. Let me see. Okay, so that's just a fine grade. All right, man, I'm going too slow. I can't believe this one. Yeah, wow. This card's got great color on it, guys. It's really rare to see a card graded fairly recently like this one get as high of a grade. Now, I will say it has the peel removed. With the peel on, really tough to find something like this. But great color. These 94s are pretty green. This one looks pretty nice. I'm not saying there's no green. As always, remember, I'm colorblind, so you check for yourself, but I think this is a pretty nice copy. It's aired out on me. I'm going to go quick. The moss here is not serial number, but is limited to a really low number. The autograph on here is blue, but pretty thin. Would you rather have, we see with moss, we see some that are really faded. Would you rather have it be blue, but pretty thin, or thicker, but a darker color? Because I think a lot of them they're signed in black. I researched this at one point. I can't remember if they were signed in black or if they turned black, but really an iconic card from the first year of Contenders auto tickets. All right, let's go to Goldin. Oh, am I on the weekly auction? There's great stuff for a weekly auction. Yes, I am on the weekly auction. I can't remember. I was shocked about this. So let's go to Goldin. So ending in 3 days, you got just a massive Goldin weekly. The first ever Kobe jumbo patch auto out of Flawless. He has a patch auto from the year before, but it's the dual. Then you've got the Steph. This is the orange signed out of 5. This one's graded by PSA 10, the Night. The Donovan Black rookie jersey auto out of Select. It's like a piece of the laundry tag there on that one. SGA Flawless game used RPA, and then maybe the biggest card that we've ever seen in the Goldin Weekly. Why is it doing that? I think it's because I've got my thing on my wrist. I think I'm accidentally hitting a button here. It's sending me backwards, which makes me feel pretty stupid. I think that's why I lost connection there for a second before. So my injury is now influencing my ability to just scroll normally. So the story here, I actually did something on my Instagram already about this, and I'm going to show you guys. I'll just show you here on this tab. This is super interesting. So for the first time in a really long time, a card showed up on eBay that I think a lot of us were like, wow, I can't believe that just showed up in a normal eBay auction. It was this numbered 3 out of 5 Stitches in Time. And the way that I cut this makes it look like the corners are rounded, but they're not. It's obviously a normal card. The image that was online is not perfect. It's not a standardized image like we see with an auction house. It was just an eBay listing. So this card on eBay, the bids show $95,900. And as I will always remind you with eBay, with every auction house, everybody, you got to look at some pricing. You got to take it with a grain of salt. You don't know for sure whether that's real or not. Don't know, but I think a lot of people looked at it and went, well, that sort of makes sense. Chronology was beloved, and the out of 5 parallel that has the UD cut out of the windows. That's what the out of 5 looks like. We hadn't seen one of these sell in forever. Maybe even it was the first time we'd ever seen it. I can't remember, but so that's what, sold last week, just on May 4th, just literally 8 days ago. Then, shockingly, this card shows up at the Goldin weekly auction. So we get the 3 of 5 and the 2 of 5 within like days of each other, both being listed. This one's at $47,000. And if you look close at it, some people were like, well, isn't the patch way better on that first one? Gosh, I keep accidentally clicking backwards. I can't stop it. The patch on that first one, you can see the detail on these is really strong, but the image here has to also capture the whole PSA case. I'm not so sure that the patch isn't just as nice on this one. Yeah, look at that, guys. It is. It's stitched. It's really nice. It's a nice looking dual patch here. That is, how much nicer is this, or these patches, than this? I think they're in the same ballpark. I do. The question that I always ask is, okay, when you see 2 sells like that happen back to back, like, first off, is there anything shady going on? Do you believe that first comp is real immediately? Because if you do believe it, then you sort of have this great thing to go off of. But this is why I don't remember earlier in the episode how I said I just don't follow comps like some people do. This is partly why, because when I see two items sell in close succession to one another, I'm always asking the question like, was that first one real or was somebody manipulating me? And the reality is that some other people who are buying it might think the same thing and then may not bid and then may miss out on a good deal because of it. Or on the other hand, some people might see the first price and then say, oh, the second one's probably worth that and more because it's been authenticated by PSA. I'm going to put 100 grand down when really the card's only worth 50 grand or something. It's really hard to know with thinly traded assets what they're worth. It just is. So I don't pay attention to what things sold for. I pay attention, like in my mind, like, what do I think that ought to be worth? And I can only do that for me, right? What I know is Chronology is beloved. It's a great looking autograph patch set. The out of 5 is really cool because it's as limited as it is. It is Jordan. Both autographs are really blue and really nice. That's what I know. And I know that that's probably the best card that's ever been at the Goldin Weekly. And it's going to sell for way more than all these other things that are ahead of it. It's a huge piece. This Jordan, his enshrinements is beautiful. It's one of the nicest looking autographs you'll ever see. Wizards era, but year after he retired, or right after he retired. This SP Game Used was always like the first big set of the year. So it's not shocking to see him still in a Wizards uniform. I keep accidentally clicking backwards with my thumb because of this. It's driving me crazy. I've done it now 3 times. Maybe more. A 9.5 on the linchpins. We've seen a couple of these recently. This is a tough grade of a 1 in 360 pack insert. PSA 8 on the high voltage 500. It's interesting. I wonder how many more high voltage 500s. Like, I don't think there's over 500 linchpins. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know for sure. BGS 10 on the base. Chrome Brady. That is huge. How many BGS 10s are there on that card? I do want to look at that. I'm going to try to click on that and see if it pops up. PSA 8 on the Jordan, 86 Fleer, purple wing Shohei Ohtani. Really cool bird. Oh, I love this bird here. Gosh, I seriously cannot type right now. I did not click that. I probably did. So this is like the old champion jersey that just like somebody probably wore. And then it was autographed by Larry Bird. It's cool. I actually have one of these at Karl Malone that's signed by Karl Malone, and for some reason I got Antoine Carr to sign it. That was really smart of me, huh? Not like a crazy huge piece because it's not like the jersey's game worn, but whenever I see something from that very first USA team, it's like this. It sort of stops me in my tracks just because it's just so known and beloved. Okay, we'll look at a couple more Goldin cards here. Oh, okay. So these ones up at the top were featured, but we're sorted by ending soonest. We don't want to do that. We want to sort by highest first. Again, this is just the weeklies. We've got to look at the Brady. We're going to come back to the Brady here in a minute. Already looked through most of these. Ooh, the Kaboom Gold of Luka from 2023. The Select Mosaic 3 of 3 on the Caitlin Clark. Whew. That's a big card. Ooh, another big card. Okay, another card that's going to go on my favorites. Goldin's got some big stuff in their weekly, guys. Okay, I accidentally clicked the wrong button here. The Caitlin Clark 3 of 3 Mosaic rookie PSA Pop 1. I love that card. I love it. Being out of 3, full image of her. That's a really interesting auction. The Ovechkin, this is the out of 25, the platinum. Sometimes it's gold, sometimes it's platinum. And in Exquisite or the Cup, it's the parallel that doesn't have a patch and doesn't have an autograph. The Hakeem, 34 out of 45, number or 1999 rubies. But what stopped me in my tracks is this Chris Paul card. We've got to look at that one. Look at that one in a second. And we'll do one more page of Goldin items. And then we'll have to move on. We will have to move on. Ooh, Shane Larkin. I love Immaculate Logoman autographs. Gosh, that's cool. Got to look at that inscription here. He hasn't had like the greatest NBA career, but that is a really cool piece. BGS 9 on the MJ. Looks like it's in an old holder. Okay, we're going to call it there for Goldin, but let's look at each of these cards individually. Okay, so NBA gold label on this Brady. But the big news, this is BGS 10. I've got to look at the pop report here. And on my other screen, I'm just going to verify the serial number. Although my hand is messed up. Okay, 7446839. Okay, I've got to see out of the 4,006 total graded, there's 102 10s. There's more than I thought. There's only 2 black labels. And still 102. I get it. It's like more than I thought. There's 4,006 total graded. Even when a 9.5 pops up, people love the card. There's 102 BGS 10s. That's why a base card's sitting at $7,800. I got to think about it differently. It's not that rare, but man, it's not that common either. And it's the Brady card. I mean, other than like the contenders, but still. Would you rather? So this is a question. I might even ask this on my socials. Would you rather have this or like a low-level contenders autograph? Way easier to find a low-level contenders Brady than it is this card, though. Way easier. It's not even close. Way easier to find the lower level contenders autograph of Brady than this. There's only 102 of these. I wonder how many have been cracked and sent to PSA for a PSA 10 too. I know that sounds insane, but like, let's look at what gem rate says. Let's do a quick gem rate project on this card. If I can use my mouse like a normal person. Okay, so check this out, guys. If we go to gem rate and we just go to the universal card search and we type in 2000 Bowman Chrome Brady. So almost 10,000 cards, almost exactly 9,875 Tom Brady Bowman Chromes have been graded all time across all 4 major graders. Gems plus. PSA's graded 1,216 gems. BGS is graded 1,678 gems. 35 gems for SGC, 3 for CGC. These are your gem rates. They're not. That's lower. Those numbers are higher than I would have thought that they are. I'm going to just double check this. We're going to move this over here. So this 10. So I guess it doesn't make sense though, because there's 1,575 BGS 9.5s, and it says 1678 right here, which adds the ones that are ahead of it, right? It's gems plus the ones that are higher. And that's why it gets with 42%, because there's a lot of them that are gems. There's not a lot that are higher than gems, but there's a lot that are gems. And then, BGS has this perfect thing. So almost 10,000 graded. BGS has 2 higher than the one that's up. And the one that's up fits into this category. It's just, there's not very many of them. It's like one of the most iconic cards ever made for football, especially for modern football. So I get it. I wonder what that'll sell for. It's an interesting card. It's a grade play. It's not the rarest card, but it is a rare card in that grade. All right, let's keep going. Love this Caitlin Clark out of 3. I like the select. If this is considered the main, I said select. I didn't mean select. I've said mosaic and I've said select. If this is the main look of the mosaic, okay, so mosaic. This is the same as the super that's up right now with alt. This is card number 145. It just looks so different. Out of 3. Boy, that is going to be an interesting auction right there, guys. That is just a huge card. Numbered out of 3. Huge piece. Okay. All right, we're going to get out of that one. And another card that's, I think, going to be in one of my top 5 of the week. So 2006, this is Chris Paul's second year. So it is not a rookie card, but what it is a number pieces for a guy with a very low jersey number. Chris Paul wears the number 3, and there are 3 autograph patches out of number pieces from 2006. Exquisite. Gosh, that patch is awesome. I love this card. What's this card at right now? Ends Thursday. It's only at $1,300 right now. I guess it sells for quite a bit. Chris Paul does not have like the biggest following, but this is a really key card for him. It's not his rookie card. It's his rookie card. You're talking about a huge number, but I like it. I love it. I love the patch. I love the autograph. Card's great and authentic, which if you know me, does not bother me at all. Some of these exquisite cards just are beat around the corners, and that's just the way that it is. Yeah, I love that. I'll put that in my top 5 over here for sure. And then the Shane Larkin, the V. Is that what that says? The V. So beautiful autograph. The Immaculate Logoman autographs are some of the nicest ever, but I will tell you, 2013, Rudy Gobert's Logoman auto from 2013 is owned by Mr. B's Collectibles. And Mr. B's Collectibles and I have been going back and forth on this card for literally 11 years. I think almost 11 years now. I've been trying to acquire the card from him. I have offered him through the years some of the craziest things to try to get it from him, and he will not trade it to me. And I just can't get it from him. I've tried, I just can't get it from him. I love the card so much. I love it. It is beautiful. It's like this card, like the holofoil around the window. It's the same set, right? Gobert was a rookie in 2013. Shane Larkin's a rookie in 2013. The holofoil around the window, in the rookie logo, the 1 of 1, vertically oriented, like Larkin. Gobert's autograph is great here, and he has this great inscription down below. And Larkin's inscription gives us the number 3. That's his jersey number. And then I don't know what the V305 is, but that's probably because I'm dumb. There's probably some reason that other people know of why it says that. I love this card. Like I love it. I don't know too much about Shane Larkin at this point, but aesthetically that thing is fantastic. We already looked at the Jordan. The Jordan's definitely a top 5 contender here. So we'll put it over there. I'm not going to put the Brady in the top 5 just because I'm not a conditional collector, but I understand people who are. All right, now we're going to look at Heritage. I may be doing more with Heritage and seeing if I might do a whole Heritage show this week. With that said, I'm still going to do the normal 10 minutes here on Heritage's auction, but look out on my YouTube for maybe more Heritage content. Heritage has a bunch of really huge, really rare items this month. And this is their giant auction, right? Like this is the big auction for May. The card that you've heard everybody talk about so far, and you're going to hear a lot more people talk about it because it might be the best Ken Griffey Jr. card in the world, is this one right here. Serial numbered out of 10. Huge piece. He doesn't have a green PMG. It's the 90s parallel of Ken Griffey Jr., and it was graded kind of a while ago, right? In the 5s, I don't think if you type that number in, the image of it even shows up on PSA. Like this card has been out. This card was graded like 7 years ago or something. Great looking copy. Numbered out of 10. Huge piece. I was excited to see this card hit auction. A PSA 9 of the Steph Gold Chrome rookie. We haven't seen any of these for a while. He's sort of settled in as really one of the cards of the era. When I did my iconic 25 and 25 basketball series for Basketball Card Fanatic magazine. Like, let's see. I can't remember which issue it was. I think it was it this one or is it 51? I think it's 51. I don't have 51 up there. I think I've got it in my stack down here. The number 1 basketball card of the century was this one, the LeBron. The number 2 was the Steph Tops. And the rules that we place around the iconic list are that cards of the same parallel or cards of the same or of like a different variation all go under one spot. So the Tops Steph Curry rookie is in the same spot as the Tops Chrome is in the same spot as the Tops Gold Superfractor. It's all in one spot. And we basically asked 25 crazy basketball collectors, like where would you rank each of these cards on how iconic the card is. The most iconic basketball card of the first 25 years of the century was this card, the LeBron 03 Exquisite, and the number 2 was the Steph Tops. And some people were like, no, it can't be Steph, it has to be the LeBron Tops, it can't be Steph, it has to be the LeBron Tops. I voted this card for number 2 as well. I think this is the number 2 card of the century, and the average of the group agreed with that. There's a lot of things that I didn't agree with on the average of the group, but that's why you average things, so that you can crowdsource and see what people think. The reason that the Curry Tops is the second most iconic card of the era is that it's the Curry card. It's the one. People are like, no, it's the National Treasures. Like, everybody knows the National Treasures. They don't know it like they know this one. This image is iconic, but he's not even in a Golden State uniform. I know. He's in a shirt with a Golden State logo on the bottom right. It's not perfect. It's not, but it's Steph, man. It's like, it's a young Steph. I missed on this card for years. It's the Steph card. The other thing I don't love about it is that he just has the gold and then the super, and there's nothing in between. There's no red to 5. The gold to 50, like, it's a big enough number. It pops up every now and again. But gosh, like, it's popping up less and less. And a PSA 9 is a really strong grade. It's a great, great card. So I look at that and as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, I want that card. It's at 115 right now. I don't anticipate it's going to end at 115. I think it's going to sell for a lot more. Just an absolutely huge piece. Huge piece. Speaking of huge pieces, oh my goodness, a 48 Bowman wax pack at PSA 7, 86 unopened box, 4.5 on the mantle. But this one, man, holy smokes, the Connor McDavid Ultimate Shield RPA. So a few weeks ago, I did a reel on the Ovechkin 8 of 8 that was at Sotheby's, and I said, this is the biggest modern hockey card ever to hit auction. I believed it, and then it sold for almost $400,000. If there's a card that competes with it, this McDavid is the card that competes with it. It's the McDavid card, guys. It's the one. The Shield Auto. The same thing in basketball came out 12 years beforehand with LeBron James with his Logo Man Auto. It's the parallel. I'll click on it and show you guys here. It's the parallel of the regular rookie card. That's so key. Like, McDavid has the Cup rookie, right? And people love it, even though it has the writing behind the autograph, which is not ideal. Then he has an Ultimate Autographed rookie. Big card. That Ultimate Autographed rookie is number 109 on the back of the card. This is the highest level parallel of that card. LeBron James has the exact same thing in basketball. I would argue that card of LeBron James is the single best basketball card ever made. That's my argument. Yes, I would take it over a PMG Green Jordan. I would. I think it's the best card ever made. We don't know where it is. We have no idea what it's worth. Would I take it over the Steph Superfractor? I would. Would I take it over the Steph NT RPA? Yeah, I would. It's the LeBron Logo Man Auto from his rookie year. LeBron also has a card that is an insert set from that. It's the same as the Jordan that just sold for $3 million last year and the Kobe that sold for $1.5 million. LeBron has one in that set too, but that is his second best card. His best card is his Logoman Auto from 2003 Ultimate. It's like the one that parallels the base set. That is the best LeBron card in existence. This Connor McDavid is the same as that, but for McDavid. The question is, how big of a deal is McDavid compared to how big of a deal is LeBron? That's the question. If LeBron was to sell today, I would anticipate that it would sell well into the millions of dollars, like 6, 8, 10. I think it's the best basketball card in the world. And so I think the sky's the limit on that card. Even though LeBron's not as beloved like as Jordan, like that's the basketball card. Jordan doesn't have a card like that. He doesn't have something that significant. So I think that's the best basketball card in the world. I feel strongly about it. Other people are going to disagree with me. Hopefully we get to see it hit auction at some point. And this McDavid is the same as that, just for hockey and just for McDavid. So how much does it sell for? I have no idea. I think it maybe has sold a few times in the past. I need to do the research there. But it's graded authentic. It's got the great looking autograph with the number 97. It's got the holofoil throughout, the sweeping holofoil. It will be beautiful in hand. It's one that a picture of it might show better because you could see like the rainbowy holofoil throughout. Man, I love that card. It's a huge piece. I'd like to do some content on this week. I'm going to try. If I get time, I'm going to do it. One of the earliest Jordan autographs, if memory serves, it's this and the Collector's Choice Jumbo Auto, or his first autographs ever made. This one has sold not in the too distant past, which sometimes gives you a great opportunity to buy. Currently, it's sitting at $65,000. Their estimate's 100. I don't know if it gets there. I don't know if it goes for a lot more. What I do know is that high or really rare older Jordan autographs have been absolutely flying. So it will not be surprising to me if it sells for quite a bit more than what it's at. Here's a Kobe that you don't think of very often, but just never pops up for sale. We're going to look at it real quick, and then we're out of time on Heritage. So we're actually going to Slam Bams Jordan. One of my favorites. I do want to look at the Slam Bams. We'll do that fast. And then we'll see. I may end up doing a whole show on the Heritage auction. I would like to. We'll see if I get to do that or not. So 98 Kobe credentials here. So here's your story. 96, Kobe comes into the league. He has his very iconic EX 2000 rookie card. His credentials is numbered to 499. The next year, Fleer, under the the wonderful design brain of Arena Design, takes away the borders and produces these translucent green and yellow and pink and purple essential credential nows and futures. We recently saw the Kobe of one of those that was the now, numbered to 8, sell for like $600,000. Great card, numbered to 8. Brady Hill won the card and regraded it with PSA. This card is from the very next year. This card is the now and is almost as rare as that one that sold for close to $600,000. This card's a BGS 95, but it's not from that first really rare now set. It's from the second one, and you just never see it pop up for sale. This card's been in the set or in this holder for a long time. You can see it in the 7 millions. That means it was graded like 10 years ago or 12, 13 years ago or something like that. You can see on the back here it is serial number to 10. This is a huge piece because if you like, Kobe has all of these like parallels and inserts and stuff from the 90s that are like number to 100 or 75 or 50. He just doesn't have a lot of stuff like this. It's numbered out of 10. He has very, very little stuff like this. That's numbered as low as it is. So it's an iconic parallel. It's a very early Kobe. It's a card that nobody else has. Never comes to auction. It's a big, big card. So what do I think it'll sell for? I have no idea. I don't even know why I brought that up because you guys know I hate talking about those things. I want to see what their estimate is on it. Do they have an estimate on this Kobe? They always put estimates on their cards, right? I want to see what they have the Kobe at. They got it at 150. I think that's a good estimate. I think their estimates are always pretty good. That one's pretty good. I'd be pretty surprised if it doesn't sell for 100 because I look at it and go, I want that. I might pay over 100 for that, even though I'm not a 90s Kobe guy, right? I'm an autograph era Kobe's guy. I'm a Panini era Kobe guy. I don't do a lot of 90s stuff, but like I love this card so much because it's just there's not any of them out there. We're going to call it oh, wait, that's right. I want to look at Slam Bams, Jordan. I wanted to check gem rate. I've had this thought a few times lately, so I'm going to check this real quick. So if we come in here, I'm just going to enter in Jordan Slam Bams. And I'm at an hour and a half, so I better wrap this thing up quick. Okay, so yeah, 28 total ever graded. 28 total. I'm going to tell you right now, don't want one in a gem mint condition. Good, there's none. That makes sense to me. These cards are beat to heck, guys. This is a card that I own a copy of. Graded fairly recently in the 14s. You can see that chipping along that left edge throughout down to that corner. Mine has a really rough top right corner. This one's also not ideal, but honestly, I like to see that. I worry about trimming on stuff like this, guys. I do. Let's look at the back. Here's your back edge. Definitely some wear across the top, especially that top right. Again, I want to see that. I love that. I want to see the more wear that I see, the better. The left is really clean. The bottom got a little bit going on here, but not too much. It's pretty clean. I always check the centering or the edges on this one because I found one that I believe pretty strongly was trimmed. But I'm just not an expert. What I like to do on this card, let's see if I can zoom out here a little bit and I'll show you what I like to do. It's numbered out of 100. There's two really interesting tells to show how wide a card is on this Jordan. See this little bit right here over on the side? It's like Bam's the Bam's writing on here and on here give you some like really small amount of white on this side in this writing and really small on this side. And so if you compare this to other copies, you can see how much of that writing is on both sides and you can sort of figure out how wide the card is. I like to do that because I just don't want to ever find out that the card was trimmed. As far as big Jordan inserts, I'm a big insert guy from the 90s. As far as big Jordan inserts go, I would say that the Gold Fusion to 40 is his best insert. And then this has a case for number 2. This, the Jambalaya, and the Playmakers Theater, I always thought were the next 3. That's why I own those 4 cards, because I thought those were the 4 best Jordan insert cards. So I was able to acquire those at one point, and I never let them go because, again, you just like look at the gem rate. It's just, there's 28 of them ever. You just don't ever see them. 13 with PSA, 14 with BGS. This is the highest graded ever with BGS. There's 4 of them. It's just an impossible card, guys. Okay, that's it for Heritage. We'll see if we do more this week. Fanatics Collect. Gosh, late. So late. So we're going to look at 2 aspects of Fanatics Collect. We're going to look at the first page of the cards that are like the ones that are at the focus here at the top, and then we're going to go from highest to lowest. Start with an SGA Gold Flawless Game Used RPA, a 97 SP Authentic Profiles of Kobe Bryant, number to 100. The Connor McDavid Exquisite Rookie Patch Auto, also out of the cup, numbered to 97. SGC 1 on the Gordie Howe Parkhurst. Tom Brady 2023 Motif Canvas Champions out of 5. Really cool bonds here. It's numbered down to 99. Remember, in baseball, the credentials are to combine the nows and the futures add up to 101. In basketball, they add up to 81, and in football, they add up to 61. So 99, not as rare as you'll see in the other sports, but a huge Barry Bonds card nonetheless. A huge Chipper Jones, the big man on court Kobe. Always a big card to see that one. Oh, I love this card right here. I just can't tell you guys how nice 04 Exquisite is. A 4 exquisite, especially with the patch window stuff. I mean, it's just this is a card that in hand is just glorious. I promise you, it is beautiful in hand. People don't know the set as well, but like, so what I would look at here is see how it's number 16P. I don't know this off the top of my head, but I believe that for various years of exquisite, they have parallels and they have variations. Carvin actually talked to me about this years ago. The parallels are the cards that are just like, they're just like the normal base card. And then there's variations. We know that the best variation of the base card is the autograph patch 1 of 1. It doesn't exist across the whole set. Not every guy, has a 1 of 1. But Kobe does. I think Kobe's 04 1 of 1 variation, does that belong to Spino or does that belong to Jameson? One of those two guys has that card. It's amazing. I always forget which year is which, but one of those two guys has it. This is the patch out of 10, but what I like about it is like go look at his base card. I think it will be number 16. And I think that this is the patch variation of that. It's way rarer than the gold out of 25, and it costs less than the gold out of 25 because people like parallels. It also has a game used patch. It's a really nice piece too. So I like that card a lot. I like this 2012 Silver USA Prism card here too. Okay, so those are the most noteworthy right at the top. Now let's go look at highest to lowest. And boy, oh boy, this ant just jumps out at you, right? The black and gold, huge card, iconic image, really the Anthony Edwards card. And only 5 of them. Is he about to go to his second straight conference finals? Can he break through and get to the finals this year? What happens if he gets the finals? Who are they going to play in the finals? Is it Boston? Is it New York? Is it Indiana? Do we get a Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards finals? So we're thinking about BGS 8510 on the Brady, gold, JJ McCarthy, Kaboom, some Pokemon stuff, the Courtmasters duel, or Courtmasters MJ, and a PSA 10, PSA 9 on the Chrome Refractor. That's a big card. Interesting card. I think that this is still the case. Beckett has never graded a 9.5 on this card. PSA has graded a few 10s. It has a print thing on it that a lot of people don't think should allow it to get a 10. This one was graded. Actually, let's look at this one. I want to look at that one closer. Here we have the Star Power Supreme, also in a 10. That's a big card. That's a big piece. Kobe, Hot Hands. Oh, I love that card. I've always loved that card. I'll pull that up. I want to look at the pop on that. Oh, man. Another card that will make my top 5 of this week, I think. The Raise the Roof Vince Carter. Other than Kobe, I would say the Vince is the best card in the set, not because he's the best player or the most collected player, but because that image of Vince, and when you think of raising the roof and dunking, you think of Vince. I love it. It's already at $3,900. It's pop 1 of 5, just one graded higher. I love this Vince Carter card. I love it. So we'll take a good close look at that. I think I clicked on it, didn't I? Yeah, so we got the Vince to look at and the MJ to look at. I'll look at the color on that MJ. See if there's anything on this next page that we need to look at. Pop 1 of 6. That one's going to be interesting. We'll look at that one real close here in just a sec. Okay, we'll do one more page here. One more page. We're running out of time. As usual, I was long-winded here. Okay, 03. This is the out of 25. The extra exquisite out of 25. Pop 1 of 6, just one graded higher. 2003 exquisite Magic Johnson. Number pieces. Big card. Big Jackie Robinson and a PSA 2. I clicked the wrong button again. My thumb is messing me up here. My clicks, guys. Getting messed up. Molten Metal 10 on the MJ. Jeter, second PMG card and a PSA 4. The Flawless. We got to look at that. We have to look at that one. I did not mean to click on this. It's a great card, but I did not mean to click on it. Okay, so if you know me well, what am I going to look at here? Flawless. Every NBA Flawless card that I know of is game used. Victor Wembanyama Panini stuff has not been game used at all. So we have two things that are in direct conflict with each other on this card. I haven't looked at the back yet. Either this will be the first instance of Victor Wembanyama having a game used Panini card, or this will be the first instance of that I know of, the Victor Wembanyama, or that Flawless has a non-NBA, non-game worn thing. I'm hoping this card is game worn, man. I'm hoping. If not, it's just a big brand snafu for Flawless. Here we go. You maybe already know the answer. We're going to find out. Let's look at the back. The moment of truth. The enclosed game-worn material is guaranteed by Panini. Panini, I applaud you massively. I applaud you. So Panini must have somewhere along the way acquired a Wemby game-used jersey that they are then now using on at least Flawless. They still cannot have autographs, but they do have the ability, having the NBA license, to create cards with game-worn pieces on them. Just like they've done for LeBron for years, even though LeBron could never sign for Panini. So this is a huge card because Wemby doesn't have, until I may be mistaken here. Tell me if I'm mistaken. I don't believe he has game-worn stuff that is also NBA licensed until this. You get the rookie shield up here, cards numbered out of 10. It's encased by Panini. It's not from the base set. It's from an insert set of some kind. It's like a jumbo patch insert set. PAT is probably just like the patch set. This is the jumbo patch set. This is what they make every year. They've made it every year that Flawless has been around. 2012 to now. They always do a jumbo patch set. This is the gold version of Victor Wembanyama, and it's game used, and it's an absolutely huge card. I'm so glad that Panini didn't sell out their brand, because Flawless NBA stuff is always game worn. They nailed it here. Good job, Panini. Well done, guys. That's great. I'm so happy about that. Oh my goodness, I'm happy about that. That'll be one of my 5 favorite cards of the week for sure. This Jordan I wanted to look at because I wanted to see if we can look at the color really close. This card was graded not that long ago, but not that recent either. It's in the 5s. It's probably graded 6 or 7 years ago as a 9. And the color, from what I can see, and I'm not perfect at this, color looks pretty good to me. It looks really good to me. That's one of the best looking Michael Jordan refractors that you are going to ever see. Maybe a little bit of green here in Alonzo Mourning's butt. But I struggle sometimes to see it, maybe in his arm up here too. I think this one, and on his back, I think this one's pretty, compared to how you like most of them that you see, because we've seen Jordan looking really green. I think this one looks really good, guys. Tempted to put that in my top 5, but I'm not going to do it. I am going to put this one in the top 5. I always show you guys this on the Raise the Roofs. We hardly ever see them, but when we do, back refractor, front refractor, such an iconic image of Vince flying through the air, the one-handed dunk coming. As far as like really rare Vince inserts, this is one of the best in existence. Definitely going to be a top 5 for me this week. I love that card. All right. And is that it for Fanatics Collect? Oh, yeah. This is Jordan. Gosh, this is really an interesting card. 97 SPX promotion die cut. Well-known insert. Not the rarest, but like not a common card at all. Not a common card at all. There are only 6 10s, or excuse me, there are only 9 10s ever. I want to check the whole pop report because I want to see. In fact, you know what? Let's just do gem rate on this. Let's see if they have it. 97 SPX promotion. Gem rate doesn't have some stuff like this. I'm going to sort of test them here a little bit. 97 SPX Michael Jordan promotion. Hey, good job, guys. Okay, it's on here. Nice. And as confirmed, or as it said, there's 9 PSA 10s. There's only 7 BGS. Here's what I really wanted to look at. So this card's been graded 153 times. It has a gem rate of 5.9%. Is a 1 in 288 pack insert, I think. Or no, I think I'm going crazy. I think it's because I saw this total population, and it made me think of that. Number 288, which is so common. So 288 total graded, 153 graded by PSA. Not common, not the rarest thing. Not common. 9 10s. Really, really rare. 5-figure card, I would say almost certainly. But we'll see. We'll see. I love this year of SPX. I'll tell you one thing that I love about this that I'll bet other people don't really think about. This year of SPX, I think it's 2 cards per pack. Well, if you know this set, you know what the cards normally look like. This is the same design. This is the same like die cut. But it's the same design with all of the things sort of different, and it being an insert, it has the same cut though. So you couldn't feel from the outside of the pack whether this was an insert or not. And that was good thinking by SPX or by Upper Deck. I love it. Not going to include it in the top 5, but I love it. Okay, and then finally we'll look at Card Hobby. Card Hobby, I've sorted here by highest auctions. And I haven't sorted out any other sports. It's just that the vast majority of their high-end cards are basketball. Cason Wallace, his impeccable Logoman RPA, the Jalen Brunson NT RPA, the Bilal Koulibaly, he had a really big year last year. Lots of promise here. His 1-on-1 Logoman RPA. Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki. Oh, we got to look at that. That's a cool redemption there. Look at this Tim Duncan right here. This is just a beautiful card. Beautiful autograph. Pajemski George. Is this Pajemski Keontae George? I think we saw this card fairly recently. Dual Logoman auto out of Immaculate. The LeBron nameplates. That's a huge piece. Oh, this Kobe, though. We got to look at that Kobe. Got to look at that. I think that's 25. That's one of his earliest game used / autographs. Oh, check out this Timmy David Robinson. That's a huge piece too. We're going to look at each of those. I think I'm about out of time though, and I can't pass 2 hours. I got to be pretty quick here actually. So we're going to stop there and just look at each of these cards. So Dirk, Shaq, Duncan, Yao. Wow, what a quad. What a quad. 4 big men of the era. All of them played in the early 2000s. They all played at the same time. That's a huge piece. Huge quad autograph there. So very, very cool card. This Tim Duncan really stood out to me because of that holofoil. Holofoil on white like this for an Immaculate card is not something we've seen very much of. But boy, that gives a great autograph spot, doesn't it? Number 2 out of 5. Title winners. He won 5 titles. Is it numbered to the number of championships he won? I would guess so. That's a beautiful card. It's already at a lot of money, obviously, which is not shocking. It's a really nice card. The LeBron nameplates. It's going to be numbered out of 5, and it's going to be number 4 out of 5, I would guess, if I can figure out how to use my thumb, which hurts. 4 out of 5. Very cool. And you will see on the back, this card's going to be game worn, closed game worn, huge LeBron piece. All right, and I love this card. It's another card that's going to challenge for a top 5 piece. So it's numbered out of 25, graded by a company I don't know. Sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just don't know that company's grading. But it's a game ball piece. It's from 2000 MVP. MVP was the lowest of the low, like $1 a pack stuff. And you can see on the back here, it says, personally autographed by Kobe. And it's autographed by Kobe and has the piece of ball. We've seen sometimes through the years, people take a card like this that wasn't meant to be autographed and then autographed it. This was meant to be autographed. That is what this is. It doesn't say on the front autograph anywhere, does it? I don't think. I think it's just on the back. So with a card like this, what you would want to make sure of is, and I already know the answer to this, I believe, you want to make sure that that serial number is like the card is really supposed to be out of 25. We've checked the back. I always check the back because you want to see that that autograph is supposed to be there. And if it doesn't say autographed in here, then you have a problem. You have a problem because people could take a ball card, add an autograph to it, and it makes it look like it was a pack inserted autograph ball card. We saw that with Allen Iverson a couple of years ago. Got to be careful of that. This though was inserted that way. So the only other thing you worry about is like, was it supposed to be serial numbered? Well, I believe that the only version of this is this 1/25. I should say, I thought that this one might even be low numbered to 8. But I think that the whole set here is numbered out of 25. I love this card though. I do. I love it. It's a great Kobe piece and definitely one of my favorite cards of the week for sure. Great looking duel here. Heritage, I did not put any of the ones over in my potential top 5 of the week that I should have. This Kobe right here is absolutely one of my 5 favorites of the week, as is, even though I didn't click on it, this Griffey has to go on my top 5 of the week, as does the Steph. Gosh, as does the McDavid. These are all cards that I have to consider in the top 5 of the week. Have to. Can't not do it, guys. Okay, so we've actually put a whole bunch of cards over here in the potential top 10. We have we have less than 10 minutes to figure this out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. 10 cards that could be top 5 cards of the week. Jokic out of 5, Griffey credentials, Jordan slam bams, the Wemby flawless, the Steph Curry, the Kobe out of 10. Gosh, huge week for Heritage, guys. Vince Carter raised the roof. The chronology MJ that I've already talked about. Chris Paul out of 3. Jason Williams. Jason Williams can't make the top 10. As much as I like the card, I don't think it can make the top 10 because I just think it's nowhere in the same vicinity as those other ones. Although I really wanted to put it in there. I thought I would, especially how low pop it is. I can't go in there, I don't think. Out of 3, Chris Paul, there's only 3 of that card. I got to think about that one. I got to think about that one. I mean, I got to think about all these, though. That's the problem. I'm not going to put the Jordan in my top 5 just because we saw it sell recently. But I do love it. I love this Vince Carter. It's not nearly on the stage as some of the other ones, but I really love it. The Kobe, it's just so darn rare. I don't think of this card when I think of credentials, but it's the 3rd time we got credentials, and it's the rarest one other than a card that just sold for $600,000. I love this stuff. Having a problem here, guys. Having a problem. I don't know how to not have some of these on here. All of these cards, I want to have all of them on the list. It's one of my favorite Jordan inserts ever made. It never pops up, and I don't know if I can put it on my top 5. The Griffey's going to make it. The Jokic, I love the Jokic, but we've seen the Jokic move fairly recently. I've got to move the Jokic out. The Griffey will make the list, though. I think the Steph will make the list. The Jordan might make the list. I don't know if the Vince can make it because it's just that strong of an auction. Just that strong of a week, I should say. Like Kobe has to make it. I don't think that Chris Paul can make it. Chris Paul can't be in here with these other guys. That's how strong this auction is this week. Okay. Now we're whittling them down here a little bit. So I have, oops. I've narrowed it down here quite a bit. I just cut out those 3 cards, which leaves us, wait, did I? Oh, I cut out that one too. So how many do I have left? I have the Kobe out of 10, the flawless Wemby, Slam Bams Jordan, the Steph, and the Griffey. Gosh, 4 Heritage cards. Did I kick them all out? Okay, somehow I don't know how I thought I had 10, but I only have 9 somehow. The Kobe, the Wemby, the MJ, the Steph, the Griffey. So number 5, I'm going to go with the Wemby because I don't know how many. I need to go look at Panini's website, and I haven't done that yet. But I'm very intrigued on how many game-used RPAs he has. He doesn't have an RPA. He has a rookie patch. How many game-used ones does he have? I'd really like to know that. Because it's this weird situation where because he's NBA licensed here, but he's not in the brand that he can autograph for, he just doesn't have anything. That's going to be my number 5 card of the week. My number 4 card of the week is going to be the Steph. It's going to be the Steph, even though I love this card. It's just because there's so many great cards that we never see in front of it. Number 3, I'm going to put the Jordan. It's the highest graded of one of his best inserts ever. But he has better cards. He has better parallels and autographs and things like that. I do love it, though. Like, I love this card. The Kobe has to go second. It's too rare and from the era that's so beloved. It has to go number 2. And the number 1 card of the week for me has to be the Griffey. Guys, almost 2 hours. Sorry so long. I hope it works. I know we had the issues in the middle there. Thank you for hanging on. I'm going to double check and make sure that it worked. And if it doesn't, I will cry because I'm not going to have time to record it again. But good luck bidding this week. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me. Follow me on my Instagram at TheReal27Guy for more content. Look out for potentially another video on Heritage this week. And until next time, happy collecting.